The first act of life, you know, what is it?
Breath.
We inhale. And the last act of life is exhale, and that is it. We inhale and then we started crying. When we exhale, we make others cry. Between these two, the whole life, what we call, we have to take a closer look at our own life. See, we have ignored our breath. We attend to our feelings. No doubt we will say, oh, I feel like this. Or we attend to our thoughts or concepts, right? We attend to our memory or weight, losing weight or gaining weight. We try to do that. We attend to our body. We attend to our mind. But something that is connecting these two in between, we have completely ignored it. That's our breath. Our breath plays a very important role in managing our mind, and so our body too. See what I'm saying? There is some rhythm in the breath. And this rhythm is connected to the rhythm in the world, the rhythm in the nature, the rhythm in the body, the rhythm of your thoughts and rhythm of your emotions. Don't think just the people in the hospitals are sick. Anyone who is not happy is sick. Anyone who is not calm and stable is sick. Anyone who does not know how to handle one's own mind or thoughts or storms of emotion is in some way sick. See that? So breath plays a very important role. Mind is very abstract, means you cannot directly deal with the mind. The only thing you can do is you can speak about whatever your feelings are, and you may feel a little relief for a while, and then, but again it starts with the same pattern, same habits. But if you attend your breath, then the root cause of this problem, or any problem that the mind is facing, is eliminated. It works on the very cause level. Every emotion has a definite sensation on the body. Have you observed this? Particular emotion triggers a particular sensation, is associated actually, but what is happening is we are carried away by the thought or with the feeling, and we do not observe the sensation. When we observe the sensation, what happens? The same thought or feeling gets transformed into sensation in the body. And sensation, they change, they disappear, vanish. So when you find that, okay, some thoughts are lingering in the mind, we don't try to fight with it or try to resist it. Just watching it, observing it, being with it, and you will see that they vanish, change, get released. Then come back to the breath again and again. See, that moment you are observing the breath, you are fully with the breath, but slowly mind gets drifted onto a thought, right? And you are on a thought for a while. Unless and until you realize, oh, I am on a thought, suddenly you get this realization, right? Oh, I have been thinking something else. So like that, it would be good to do some pranayam, some breathing exercises, breathing techniques, kriya. And you'll see very short time it makes that shift inside you that, oh, feel very happy. See now what's happening. Now I spoke few words. Are you aware what is happening in the mind? You are saying either yes, 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 or you are saying no, no, no. You see that? It doesn't matter what I say, but what is important is what you say to yourself. What is that your mind is telling you right now? Saying yes? Or saying no? What's saying? Yes? Or no? This is awareness, no? That's awareness in the mind. Being aware of your own thoughts, your own feelings, your own patterns that's happening inside you. This rhythm. And when you become very calm within you, you'll start emitting such vibrations all around you. And then healings will automatically happen. People will feel better. Have you observed this? You walk into some place and suddenly for no reason you feel unpleasant or unhappy or get angry or... Have you observed? Have you all observed? Suppose in a room some people have been fighting for some time and you just walk into the room, for no reason you feel very uptight. Every individual creates a field around them that's charged with different emotions. And whatever we have practiced more and more and more, like if we are being more loving every day, like that, creates such an atmosphere around us, vibration around us, then that increases. And if we are frustrated and that increases, if we go on increasing that, then practicing it, that same thing will increase. And you will feel every day more uptight, and you will attract such a situation around. Have you observed this? Now the question is, how to get rid of it? Yes, I know I'm uptight, mind is uptight, and I have a lot of roughness within me. Now how do I get rid of it? For this you have to do some practice. That is where breath comes to the help. It flushes out all that thing very quickly. That's how it can aid you in your meditation also. If you're meditating, if you're making your mind calmer, it's such an aid. It immediately brings you down into yourself, settles you down. See, 90% of the impurity in our system goes out just through the breath. And we are using only 30% of our lung capacity. It will be very valuable to attend to this area which has been neglected all the time. And you can learn some very simple things in 2.5, 3 days, 4 days time, couple of hours. Just learn, then you can do it any time you want, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Again you are up, your mind is again clear and fresh, renews your mind. That's where breath is very, very important in that.
From the nurse's, the question that the nurse asked earlier, if she practiced the Kriya herself, would that not benefit the patients because of her awareness?
Definitely. Definitely. This is what is needed, not today. See, suppose in a house there are 10 people. I don't think 10 people live here. In India there are 10. It's smaller families. Suppose 5 people live in a home here. And you'll see all the 5 are living in their own little world. And there is no connection between one world and the other world. Everyone says everybody wants to love and everybody wants to give, everyone wants to make others happy, but yet there is a lot of confusion and chaos. Isn't it? Huh? No, why this? Because we have not learned this very art of living in the moment and living with acceptance, living without the barriers we put in between ourselves and being very natural. No? This knowledge is very essential, how to live life naturally, cordially, being one, feeling oneness, not keeping any sort of artificial barriers. And when the mind feels free, then most of the problem is done with it. It's all gone. Isn't it? And one would learn how to handle oneself. Okay, we make so many affirmations, we think, oh, I will not do this, I will do this, I will be like this. But when time comes, when the storms of emotion rises in us, that we find ourselves lost. We keep doing the same things which we didn't want to do. Right? Feel completely helpless then. And what to do? For that only this observation, this knowledge about our system, our breath, all the different layers of our existence. See, we have about 7 layers. We can categorize them as 7 layers for understanding. Body, breath, and intellect, and then memory, the way we think, what we remember more, memory, ego, and the self, the consciousness, what you call consciousness. And just even a little knowledge about each of these faculties in us would take us a long way. Have you noticed many of you have gone through this and you get angry now also, you get upset now also. Not that you never get upset. But have you noticed such a big difference than before? Huh? And before, when you get upset, it would linger on in your mind for a number of days. But now also you get upset, but just stays for a few seconds and that's it, you are back again. Have you noticed? You can say yes or no or whatever. I'd like to know, what is your experience. Huh?
I noticed through experiencing disease within myself that even when I was in the process of receiving treatment, the more love that I received just from the nurses was a very much of a healing for myself. So I know that even though, and with the breathing and the breath and the kriyas, that the love that opens up your heart, the kriyas,
Yeah.
and it heals.
See, this body is being created by consciousness. Though it uses all other ingredients, it's the conscious, because there is life, that life makes the body grow. Isn't it? It is unseen, you cannot see life, but you can see indirectly all its actions and all that it does. This consciousness, this life which has made this body, it has developed this body, can also heal this body. But in our mind we are programmed because we believe in the matter so much, not so much in the abstract. Because consciousness is more abstract. God is even more abstract. Who knows whether God exists or not? These doubts come up in the mind. So abstract, do not believe. What we see concrete, since we are believing more in that, it seems that, it's not possible. But if you just take a shift and take a fresh look at things as they are, you'll see the whole world appears in a different light. For example, about doubt, Have you observed that you always doubt that something which is positive? Have you noticed this? You never doubt something that is bad, something that is negative. Suppose you are upset, you never doubt whether you are really upset or not. But if you feel good, you doubt it. Am I really feeling good? If someone tells you, I love you very much, you doubt them. What are they up to? But if someone says, I am mad at you, you take it as a gospel truth. Isn't it? We do not doubt the anger. We do not doubt the depression. Have you ever doubted your depression? But we doubt all that is positive or life-supporting in life. Isn't it? We take it from this angle, everybody is bad, and then we try to find someone who is good. In the same way, see, if there are 10 positive events in your life and then some negative event or unpleasant instance, your mind holds on to that one negative and blows it up out of proportion. Isn't it? See, in children it doesn't happen. A child doesn't do that way. Child lives in the moment. All this principle of Art of Living program is not something new. It is all built up in our system. A child does it all. A child lives all these principles. So looking at a child, you can, if you observe them with keen eye, full alertness, you don't have to do any course. child will teach you everything. And also the nature, you have to observe both. Some children are not very natural because they are carrying also their mother's stresses right from the birth. You should see a very stress-free child, then it does even the asanas, some yoga asanas, and have you seen children doing the postures? They do sit-ups and they bend down and touch the ground, and then they suck their thumb or lift their legs up, and they do some exercises what is necessary for the body, and they breathe in particular patterns. We have not observed this.
About storms of emotions, what about that little catch that sometimes makes it more charming to remain angry than to observe the sensations or to be with the breath? What about that?
Oh, if you're enjoying being angry, fine. You should do that. Only when it bothers, you should be in control to switch over,
It doesn't feel like choice to me.
Haha. Yeah, when they have come already in such a force, there is no choice. Okay, you express it, but then there is a choice. Either you can go on with it, go on chewing it, or come back to the moment, right? That there is a choice then, yeah.
When one lives enlightenment, what is the role of anger or things that we think of as negative emotions? Do they have a place? If you watch someone behave that's enlightened, would you see anger expressed, but their reality inside would be a different experience than someone not enlightened?
Uh-huh. That's right.
What's the difference?
The question is, what is the difference between the anger of an enlightened person and unenlightened person? What is the difference inside it feels like, huh? Do you know sometimes you tell your children, show them some little anger. You're not really angry at them. But when they're doing things out of your control, you just show them anger, right? Or if you are a boss in a company, you just show a little bit anger so that things get done quickly. Right? But you don't, when you are angry yourself, you are boiling inside. It burns your whole system. It makes you so uncomfortable. You are collapsing. But you are showing anger, you are just using it as a tool. Jesus also got angry once. Once he just threw everything out. So what? I'm not saying you should never get angry in your life. And same thing, Krishna also got angry once, or twice maybe. Twice. So these things come in life, but we don't get stuck them. Stuck there. Just move ahead with the life. And that is, living life is a joy and is spirituality. Spirituality is not something, some ritual or doing something. It's a very pleasant state of your being. Uplifted state of your being. And seeing that the whole world is all spirit, it's all being, it's all consciousness. Everything is consciousness in the world. The flowers are growing, and the flowers are consciousness, the trees are consciousness, people are all consciousness. And that seeing there is one mind, one big mind, amongst all the human beings and animals, all the life in the world. That seeing oneness, that is spirituality. And that is love. Love is what? Love is not just an emotion, oh, I love you so much. That's not love. Love is seeing that there is no difference. I am you, you are me. You are part of me, I am part of you. Feeling that oneness is love. Hmm? And it's not just as an intellectual understanding, but coming in a level of experience. Living that. No? Good, good, good.